Hey, what's up? It's DeHuff. It's another episode of DeHuff Uncensored. Thank you guys so much for popping on. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. Also, by the way, I'm on Samsung Free now. So if you have that on your Samsung device, that's just you keep swiping over, and then all of a sudden a thing that says free shows up on most Samsungs, and then there's a podcast platform, and then you just type in DeHuff, DEHUFF, and boom, you could subscribe from there. Pretty cool. Also on YouTube, go to YouTube and search DeHuff Uncensored, and you can watch me there as well. We're going to get to some big storylines, including the Ray J versus Kim Kardashian situation, and something that we've all speculated to be true seems like it's actually true, which is pretty wild when it's actually put out there in front of us. But we're going to start off with Dave Chappelle being attacked on stage last week. A dude ran on the stage at the Hollywood Bowl. He had a knife that was hidden inside, I guess, this fake gun. And he rushed the stage and tried to get at Dave Chappelle. Thankfully, Dave Chappelle was able to do a nice little sidestep, and the guy kind of tumbled. Dave, I believe, tumbled as well. But then the guy ran off the other direction. I want to say Jamie Foxx kind of ran up on the stage as well to try to help Dave. The guy, the attacker, ends up trying to run backstage and just meets up with Dave Chappelle's security team. They had a meeting, and let's just say it ended poorly for the attacker. He got the shit beat out of him. There's pictures out there showing the attacker. His arm looks like, when you have those G.I. Joes where the arm is on like a weird twisted way. Yeah, his arm's not supposed to bend that way, but it did. Thanks to the security team. I believe the guy got a broken arm. His face is swollen as fuck. He just was a punching bag. Because that's how they reacted to somebody attacking someone on stage. It's really kind of interesting when you think about it. That's how they treated him. Because he was trying to hurt somebody. So they said, you can't do that. And here's the consequences for your actions. We're going to beat the shit out of you, and we're going to break your arm. Rewind to Chris Rock, Will Smith. Will Smith walks up on stage after hearing a joke about his wife that Chris Rock said, and he slaps Chris Rock across the face, sits back down in his chair, and continues to mouth off at Chris Rock. Nothing happens. During the break, Denzel Washington and other celebrities go up to Will Smith and shake his hand and tell him, hey, buddy, it's okay. We all get angry sometimes, like they're talking to a fucking kindergartner. It's okay. Are you wearing your grumpy pants right now, Will? Yeah, I am. Meanwhile, Chris Rock's in the corner going, what the fuck? Who? Huh? Good Lord. This is fucked up. That's my Chris Rock impression. Not very good. But it's just two completely different situations. Now, before I give you more of my thoughts on this, we're going to hear from Howard Stern. Howard Stern had some strong words for Hollywood and how they reacted to this entire situation.
Here's the point I want to make about this and how up Hollywood is. And some people in that audience at the Academy Awards should still be very ashamed of themselves. I hope they are. Now, this guy jumped up on stage and attacked Dave Chappelle. Let me ask you a question. As soon as that happened, did they let him go back to his seat and laugh and sit next to his wife and then give him an award? No, they took him backstage. They broke his arms and hands so bad that when they carried out this attacker on the stretcher, his arm, there's a video of it, you can watch it. His arm is twisted backwards. It's like no human arm ever. They broke his hands, his wrists, his arm. They beat the shit out of him. But at the Academy Awards, the same exact thing happened. And everyone came over and consoled Will Smith.
Exactly. Completely different reactions. Now, in some mild defense of Hollywood, when it came to the Chris Rock situation, everybody was kind of blindsided. They didn't see this coming. And to be honest, you didn't know if it was part of a gag, if it was part of some bit that they thought of. You just didn't know because they do weird shit at these Hollywood events. They play pretend for a living. So you don't know if that's what's happening right now. They're like, is this a gag? I don't get it. Are they trying to promote a new movie that they got coming up together? I don't know. So I think initially people were just taken back going, what the fuck? And a good example of how everybody was feeling is when you look at Chris Rock's face afterwards going, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Now, that being said, once the dust settled, like a minute later, especially if you're there, you had to have realized, okay, this is some real shit. But instead, you got guys like Denzel Washington and Bradley Cooper and whatnot consoling Will Smith. You know, and be like, yeah, it's okay, big fella. Yeah, he said some mean things, didn't he? Yeah, you hurt your feelings and your wife's feelings. Well, probably hurt your wife's feelings. And then you were laughing, and then you looked at your wife, and she was pissed, and you're like, fuck. Gotta go protect her. Fucking bitch. Anyway, slap. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. It was just two different reactions. And to be honest, we kind of saw this thing with Dave Chappelle and him being rushed on stage. Not necessarily him, but we saw this was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen. We said that on this podcast. We knew this was going to happen because nothing happened to Will Smith. There's no consequences for his actions. He can't go to the Academy Awards for 10 years and he can't win an award for 10 years. Oh, God darn it. Oh, you guys, no, that's nothing. He won Best Actor. Motherfucker doesn't need another award in his life. He doesn't. Fucking bullshit. Dave Chappelle could have died. He could have been stabbed. The guy had a knife. And he gets attacked, and thankfully, nothing bad happened to Dave. The attacker, again, got the fuck beat out of him. You shouldn't have treated the situations different. Somebody in Hollywood, when it came to Will Smith, should have, become Papa Bear and freaking grabbed him by his arm and just pulled him aside and just scolded the fuck out of him. Be like, you cannot act that way. That is not appropriate. But nobody did. Nobody had the balls to do it. So the good thing about the whole Chris Rock situation is with Dave Chappelle, everybody kind of had a heads up that something crazy could be happening at any moment. While the dude somehow gets through security with a weapon, they at least were able to, grab the guy and make sure that he didn't do anything. Howard Stern added, you don't treat Will Smith any different than they did the Chappelle attacker. The audience at the Oscars gave Will Smith a standing ovation after the attack. That's the truth. It's on film. It's not fake news. They didn't break Will's hands. They shook them, and it's wrong, and they should all be ashamed of themselves. And he's right. I would look at that and be like, God dang it, man, I should have done something. If I was near where Will Smith was, wouldn't you feel bad if you're like, I should have done something? Whether you're you and me or if you're a celebrity. Could you imagine, like I go up there, they're like, who the fuck's this guy? Like, Will, sit the fuck down. He probably would have hit me too. Then I would have sued him. Oh, boy. Then my studio would be a lot fancier, I'll tell you that much. They fucked up. It's two different things, two different scenarios, but it's still, they're one and the same. the way they treated the attacker with Dave Chappelle, I mean, they wouldn't have had to beat the fuck out of Will Smith like that, but they should have still like kicked him out of the fucking venue. Be like, you're not allowed to the after parties. Nothing. You go home now. Go fucking leave. I don't care what Chris Rock says. If Chris, listen, Chris, we're gonna be the bad guy. Okay. I know you want him to stay because you don't want to be the bad guy. We're telling you, as the Academy Awards, he's not allowed back in. Okay? And we will be pressing charges or something like that. They could have had a backbone, but they didn't. Like Howard Stern says, they let him go sit back down next to his wife and continue to laugh. Ha 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 ha. I just slapped somebody for no reason. It's bullshit. And thank goodness Dave Chappelle didn't get hurt. God, that's fucking awful. And if I'm a comedian doing stand-up, I would be scared right now. Because all it takes is one person to get through because they're trying to get their point across, whatever it might be. It's scary times. It's the wrong way to go get your point across. This guy was trying to bring attention towards some shit that's happening with his mom. And Dave actually went and talked to the guy. Dave Chappelle did. But obviously, this is the wrong way to do it. The wrong way. Wrong fucking way. And of course, Hollywood will not accept any sort of blame for what they did at the Oscars. But you can see that this is going to be a trend. We might not know when it's going to happen again, but it's going to happen again. Anyway, it just bugs me. Thank God that nobody was hurt except for that guy. Because he's going to, his arm was so fucked up. Like, holy shit. Well, he's not going to be able to play baseball ever again. Kim K versus Ray J. The truth is seeping out, allegedly. But first, everybody knows Total Beverage in Westminster and Thornton. They're amazing. They got an incredible selection of beer, wine, and spirits. They also deliver, and they also do curbside pickup. And they also do online wine education classes. So stop on by 104th and Thornton or on Sheridan in Westminster and see for yourself. I like to go to the one on 104th in Thornton because it's only a few minutes from my house. You can always find weekly deals, events, or even drink recipes online at TotalBev.com. Total Beverage, everything you need and more. So this is kind of crazy because I think we've all in the back of our minds thought this to be true. And now it sounds like it is, according to Ray J. Well, you guys know Kim Kardashian really got boosted into the spotlight because of her sex tape with Ray J back in the day. And she claimed that she didn't want, it to be released and all this shit. And then, really just ran Ray J's name through the mud like he's this pile of garbage. I want to say it's 14 years ago that this happened. She's worth billions now. Well, Ray J's coming out saying, listen, guys, I'm tired of everybody dragging my name through the mud. Here's the deal. She was in on it, and so was Kris Jenner, her mom. They organized, it was his idea, kind of joking, according to him, and they just ran with it, and they're like, this is a great idea. They organized it to be released via Vivid Entertainment. There's a contract, apparently, which was signed by both Ray J and Kim. There's supposed to be 3 videos, including 2 sex tapes. One made at the Esperanza Hotel in Cabo San Lucas, and one created in Santa Barbara. And the third tape that is listed was an intro to the Cabo footage. So there's supposed to be 3 tapes, but only one tape, the one in Cabo, was ever released. And according to Ray J, Kim kept those in her house in a shoebox under her bed. Yeah. He says she kept them all. She had to go find that tape and then present it. I never had a tape in my possession in our whole relationship. I'm sure she has. Oh, what did he say? I never had a single one at my house. She had them all at her house. She's always had all the tapes in a Nike shoebox under her bed. I'm sure she has bigger beds now and better boxes. That's how it all came about. Once I pitched the idea to her, just playing around a little bit, that's when she jumped on the idea, talked to her mom, and it was out of my hands from there. Kind of fucked up if the mom's involved. And I just can't imagine just talking to my kids and be like, here's a great way to, sure, your boyfriend wants to do this, but let's go for this. Let's exploit this, and then it's going to catapult your career. You're going to. Here's the thing: if somebody came to me and they're like, Scott, you need to do a sex tape, and fast forward, 14 years, you're going to be worth billions of dollars because of it, because it opened up so many other doors and opportunities. Would you do it? Now, as a guy, I'd say, yeah, absolutely. Sure, why not? If it was to do with my kids, I'd say no. It's not worth it, guys. But here's the harsh reality is I'm a guy. Nobody gives a shit. If you're an attractive woman, and you're borderline celebrity and there's a sex tape, yeah, it can make you a lot of money. It can. And I'm kind of mixed on this, but ultimately I think it's fucked up what Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian allegedly, according to Ray J. I have not seen the contract that he's talking about, but if there is a contract, then that's pretty fucking scummy. Especially because they've just ran his name through the mud like he's this pile of shit. But it's like, nah, you had a part in this, a big part. It's here, like nobody, no, again, going back, nobody would be going, Duff, you should do a sex tape. No. But if I knew I was going to make millions of dollars, I'd be like, fine. I told you guys that I was almost in a porno once. That would have been bad. It was a solo film. Like, what? A 3 to 5 hour shoot by myself. No, I'll pass. I don't know what the hell I could do to myself for 30 minutes, let alone 3 to 5 hours. The hell? Ugh, I cringe at the possibilities. Scott, why are you walking funny? I don't want to talk about it. That's all greasy. Anyway, now again, what that did is it opened up opportunities. And then they had to pounce on those opportunities, and they still had to capitalize on those opportunities. So I guess while it is scummy and shady to do what they did to really kick things off for Kim Kardashian, while it was shady as fuck, I mean, she still had to do a whole bunch of other work. You know, I think it's scummy. It really taints who she is. Not everybody can put out a sex tape because you have borderline fame, and not everybody can do that. Then that really just kind of taints when she came back, a month or so ago when it's all about hard work and whatever. Well, I get it. I'm not saying she's lazy. I'm just saying it's just yeah. But the way you started is really shady. You can't do that. I have a stuffy nose. I don't know. I don't like it. It's fucked up. And the fact that she's like playing victim and then she has the tapes the whole time. I guess we're not surprised about this though. We shouldn't be surprised. We should not. Everything is all content for them. in their show. And yeah, ugh, scummy. I don't know. Maybe this changes your opinion on Kim Kardashian. I was kind of a Kim fan. I'm Team Kim. But now, if this is the case, it's like I kind of am Team Ray J. Not that, he wasn't even on the list before, but now it's just like, dude, man, he was just kind of fucking around, be like, we should do a sex tape. And then she's like, yeah, I could profit off of that. And let me call my mom. Mom, he wants to do a sex tape. She's like, oh my God, yes. Then we'll sell it. I know some guys over at this Vivid Entertainment. We'll make some money. Oh, and Ray J's just like, I was just fucking around. I didn't. Huh? Okay, fine, whatever. 3 tapes, sure. Then it turns into this, just clusterfuck, where he ends up being the bad guy, and then she claims that he has the tapes, but according to him, she has the tapes, and according to him, there is a contract. So that just really kind of makes her look like a fucking idiot. I can't wait to find out more about this, because again, though, I still in a sense, I kind of respect it. Be like, you take one sex tape and then it turns into a $1 billion empire. Oh, God, you kind of have to respect that, I guess. Sex work is real work. Okay, I'm back to it. Oh, my God, Ray J, I'm sorry they did what they did to you. But sex work is real work. And he was one of them, too. He hasn't profited shit from this. Not that I know of. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this. I can talk my way into either side of this conversation, because I feel bad for him, but then it's just like, good for her. Anyway, DeHuffUncensored@gmail.com. Let me know your thoughts if you want me to contribute them to the next episode or one of the future episodes. I was just talking to Scott Hastings. He wants to pop on tomorrow so we can talk about the Nikola Jokic winning the back-to-back MVPs in the NBA. Plus, Charles Barkley had some interesting advice to the NBA that I want to get Scotty's thoughts on. We're going to talk to him tomorrow. It's to Huff Uncensored. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you subscribe, share it with your friends. Thanks to Blake Street Tavern. Go check them out at 23rd and Blake in downtown Denver. Also, Total Beverage. Go to totalbev.com. It's to Huff Uncensored. Thank you guys so much for listening. I truly appreciate it. We'll talk to you next time.